silly vibrator off.
Hey,
I'm live? I'm live. Awesome. We'll give it a minute. It's 11:58. Those who joined early, five of you guys, that's the first step for getting a high-paid job in Latin America. It's called being early is 10 minutes before the time starts. So kudos to you.
Good signs, good signs.
Look at this guy. See this guy? Awesome. We'll give it a minute. It's 11:58. Joined early, sounds great.
It's good.
I'll go on mute for a second. What's up, everybody? 12 o'clock on the dot, 1 p.m. EST. We're an hour back. We're here in Medellin, Colombia. I got quick introductions. Amir Ryder, CEO and founder of CloudTask. And I got this gentleman to my left. His name is
Danny Agudelo, guys, VP of Talent Marketplace Operations. Excited to sharing with you guys what you need in order to succeed, right, in this industry. So happy to have you guys.
Straightforward to the community that we're building, guys, right? As some of you may or may not know, CloudTask is a talent marketplace focused on GTM, go-to-market roles, which really touch sales, marketing, customer success, support, developers, AI engineers, you name it, almost 66 roles. Hyper-focused on Latin America and the Caribbean and helping U.S. companies hire not only talent, but we like to call it the top 5%. What does the top 5% look like? They look like people that spent years working for call centers, getting trained up by Microsoft, IBM, some of the biggest companies in the world, and now are ready to have remote professional careers where they can grow and continue to learn. And over the last 10 years, we've been super lucky with the help of Danny Agudelo to help over 10,500 people get hired. And we have a lot of data. We have data on who gets hired, who's getting paid, who's sticking, who are the people that are keeping their job for 8 years. Believe it or not, we have some people that have been working for the same companies through 8 years, which is pretty good because we've been open for 10 years. And then we also know what kind of roles are, seeing people work for 6 months. And, hope I got your attention. A lot of people in our community is pretty big. We have a lot of people in our marketplace that are not working through our marketplace. They have awesome jobs. They're currently employed, right? And our marketplace is really designed to have a community center focused approach where we are here to give resources, information. Soon we're going to be launching SkillBridge, which is going to be a free AI GTM training program, hopefully by September. And then some people are like, yeah, you know what? I never thought I needed a job, but maybe I'm worth more, or maybe I lost my job, or maybe I'm not learning anymore. And even though I'm getting paid really well, I rather work for a startup that is exciting. I've seen all the situations, and we're going to talk about all these topics throughout the weekly webinars. And then we're also hosting live meetups in Medellin, Colombia every month. And then scaling to 12 of the biggest cities in Latin America by 2027. We're talking Mexico City, Guadalajara, Bogota, Lima, Santiago. David Manjuro really wants us to go to Dominican Republic, so we might go there as well. But let's get into it, guys, right? Like LATAM compensation, are you underpaid, right? Maybe you're overpaid, I don't know. What top LATAM operators earn at U.S. companies 2026? And, we're going to go from guessing what you're worth to showing what the global market actually evaluates in talents. Danny, anything to say before we get into this?
No, don't want to jump ahead. Something that I was just thinking off the top of my head. I had a conversation with a candidate, and the main thing that I'm noticing that helps you guys stand out is the type of roles you guys are going after. So again, we're going to break that down and what you guys can expect to earn. But basically, this individual had marketing experience, right? She had already, worked as a social media manager, content manager, but she placed in her profile, executive assistant, personal assistant. That's something we're also going to be helping you guys out on our workshops, on our webinars, how to properly present yourself if you're looking for that opportunity that's paying 25, 35.
Danny lives in the world of I want to get you a job today, so he likes to skip steps. But he's always here to help you at the end. You guys are going to have direct access to him. He starts at the ending. Let me get you a high-paying job. Thank you for that, Danny. Before
Most important thing.
Love to know, guys, like, where do you stand? Where are you joining from? What roles are you in? What's your monthly compensation range? Tell us. I might have to minimize my screen because I think I can't see your answers, but yeah, I'll do a little bit of a minimization. All right, anybody in the chat, show comments on stage. All right. People are shy today. That's totally fine. 2,500, Diana Verga. What's the sweet spot? We'll talk about the sweet spot, Mr. Gomez. 1.5, 2.5. Okay. Okay, we see you. We got some people throwing up.
What type of roles, guys? What type of roles are you guys currently in? And are you working with a startup organization? Is it a corporate? And thank you for sharing once again.
Awesome. All right. We got Edwin showing us up. We got $6,000. We got Michelle. Look, this is called ambitious. I make $6,000 and I want to know how to make paid more. I like that. All right, cool. So we got people from everywhere. We got SDRs from Bogota. All right, awesome. I'm gonna go back to maximizing my screen so I can see my little slide deck. So guys, we got a range. We got Bogota. We got Jamaica. We got people. No fixed salary today. Fractional sales. Awesome. All right, Enzo, AE, sales management. All right, so let's jump into it, guys. Right, most professionals compare against the wrong market. Right. Local market thinking, guys. What friends earn, what local companies pay, what recruiters offer, what feels normal, right? And we've seen this. We've seen it in our marketplace where people come in and they'd see salary ranges and they'll be like, oh, I'm here to work. I'm happy to get a job at 2,500, but I see someone at $3,000. I should raise my salary, right? It's what you do when you have no idea what your salary is worth. You look at your friends, you look at your neighbors, right? Global market thinking is a little bit different, right? It's like, what U.S. companies pay for outcome? What similar operators earn globally? What skills are in demand? What business impact you create, right? Like if you want to earn top dollar, you need to think in terms of a global operator. And there's nothing wrong with knowing what your friends earn, what local companies pay. I'll tell you right now, the first step for a lot of people coming through our marketplace or working remotely is they work in call centers and they're like, well, I found my friends working remotely. I'm getting paid $1,000 a month. My friends working remotely at $1,500. That's a 50% salary increase, right? So it gets the engine starting, guys. But if you really want to start earning top dollar, you got to think globally. Danny, anything to say?
Yes, and to add to that, It's evolved, right? So since 2020, 2021, I've noticed that it's not just based on, hey, I have a great English, English level C1, C2. I've been in the industry for a year or two. It's evolved to the point where, what does your tech stack look like? What are you currently using? What roles have you held? Guys, if you've managed individuals before, we have to mention that, right? So if you've managed individuals before, that puts you in a different tier, right? So just keep that in mind. It has evolved. It used to be, hey, you have a great English level, you've been in these roles before, and you know how to work in the remote work environment. Awesome.
It's the best advice that Danny said. I'm actually surprised. What worked in the past was you spoke fluent English, you're in Latin America, let's go, you're hired. What's getting people the best jobs is, I had 5 years working for a SaaS company. I generated $6 million in pipeline for my account executives. They converted it. Or I built a team as customer success. So we're moving from a state of like, oh my God, there's amazing talent in Latin America and the Caribbean, to like, what is this? And it's the evolution of the market, right? So market trends, right? US companies do not pay more because you live in Latin America, obviously, right? They're coming for leverage. They're coming because they're able to hire talent for maybe less than San Francisco, less than Miami, right? But they're also not going to pay really good salaries unless they know that you can reduce the risk for them. You can save time, you can increase revenue, you can retain customers, or you can improve operations, right? I'm most certain that person who commented that they're making $6,000 a month, they are definitely generating revenue for the company or upselling and growing accounts. They definitely know their numbers, know their math, right? What companies actually buy, right? They don't buy resumes anymore, guys. They're buying business outcomes, revenue, retention, speed, reliability. No more. The second that your internet goes out, or you say, my computer broke or my power went out, you're done. Game over. Like, go back to the call center. It's not going to work for you. Reliability, speed, communication, problem solving. If you come to a meeting or an interview not prepared, you're done. If you haven't researched the company, the person, if you haven't shown up 10 minutes, don't even bother, right? These things, they don't slide for high-paying remote jobs. You get one chance, if best, and you're out, right? Mohammed, who's in Israel, you're in Egypt. Maybe it's time to move to Medellin, Colombia. We'll talk to you about that. Hit us up after you're done. Problem solving, AI leverage, execution, guys. This is what they're paying for. If you want to just be a body, and there's nothing wrong with a company saying, you know what, we need 100 people to dial. Let's hire as many people as we can who speak English. Let's get these bodies in the office. Let's get them managed by a QA, by training. That's fine, right? Those are the people that end up 4 years later getting awesome jobs. But if you want to get a high-paying remote job, you need to be strong in all 6 of these buckets.
And to add on to that, different names, right? I've heard AI operators, I've heard consultants as opposed to a freelancer. Guys, if you're thinking as a remote worker where, I bring up a problem, but you're not, using ChatGPT, Claude, Gronk, Gemini, any other AI to potentially come up with a solution, right? You're being looked at as just a rep. So again, to add on to what Amir was stating, in order to be looked at as a consultant, right, you need to come up with some type of solution presented. So it's not just, hey, here's the problem, here's the problem, here's the problem. And that's really what's making you guys stand out, even from the recruiting side on the interview phase, and then keeping your job, right? You're standing out even to the individuals that were recently hired, probably been there for a year.
And Mohammed, man, like this happens, right? You feel underpaid and a little abused. Awesome. Well, let's talk about the skills you learned later and how to get to a better job. Carlos, don't accept the lower salary. Adapt to their schedule if needed. It's also understand the math of the business you're working for, right? That I agree with you there. AE 3K base current was at a SaaS on 3.6K base, but their pipeline dried up. That happens, right? You're going to find companies that are in growth phase. We're going to talk about that, right? There's a difference between a company that has a dying business and a company that's booming, right? If you guys work for Anthropic, which is Claude, you're going to close millions of dollars of pipeline. If you're working for a business that has a declining pipeline, these things happen. But the idea is how to recognize it, right? Good comments. Keep it going, guys. We'll keep moving. But I love the activity, right? So LATAM compensation ladder, right? Pay raises as you move from tasks to outcome to ownership, right? Task is like a security guard, man. Like I come to 6 a.m, right? I deliver, I watch the gate, or I'm a Rappi delivery, right? I drive it, all awesome jobs, right? But when you understand the outcomes and ownership, you're not only gonna get a better job, you're also one step away from being a founder, which a lot of people here, I bet you there's 31 people, you guys are gonna get good jobs. In 5 to 10 years, you're gonna open your own businesses. Local employees paid on local market. You know, there are some expectations, right? Remote workers paid for tasks and availability. Specialists paid for a clear skill set. Top operators paid for outcomes and trust. And, you know, I got to minimize my thing here. What's my last bar? Can you see that, Danny? Mr. Agodello? I can't read that.
I can't.
Hold on. We got to get, okay. Yeah. The orange one's where you want to be. I think that's all we need to know, right? So guys, I'm not going to go, I don't want this webinar to be just like honing in on numbers. Everybody who's joined this webinar, connect us on LinkedIn. I'm going to post this deck on LinkedIn right after this event, and take a picture of this right now. Take a screenshot. You got some time, screenshot this, right? Now, I want to be really real with you. Strong is where we're seeing the best jobs through our marketplace, right? This is kind of like our neck of the woods. Sales development, 2K to 3.5K. Account executives, 3.5K to 6K. Customer success, 2.5K to 5K. I'm not going to read all the numbers. You guys can see it, but I'll say this. The top tier, when are we getting these jobs? Companies like Zoho that are billion-dollar companies that are putting banners everywhere in Latin America. Companies like HubSpot that hired 400 people in Bogota. So the top tier companies are going to pay the top tier salaries, right? So think about startups, companies that are hiring new in Latin America. They're going to be in that strong range. Companies that are trying to come to Latin America for cost savings, they're going to be in the entry level range. And there's nothing wrong with these jobs, guys, especially if you don't know the outcomes, your skill sets aren't there. I've seen people start in our marketplace at $2,000 a month, cold calling every day. Then they go to Clay. They become certified as a GTM specialist. Now they earn 5K, right? So at the end of the day, and yes, Enzo, Payoneer's going crazy in LATAM too. They're paying 80K for us, and that's the same thing in America, guys. Remember, in America, you got companies paying $40,000 for sales roles, and then you got Salesforce in San Francisco paying 300K. So these market variations exist in every market, and there's always going to be one person working for Salesforce or a medical device company during 300K, which is higher than some CEOs, right? So just understand that if you want to target the companies that are growing the fastest, you can. Go to ChatGPT, say, what are the highest paid companies growing the fastest in Latin America? Target them. They're there. They're just going to be 1 out of 100, right? So lower quantity, higher quality, right?
And to add on to Enzo's comment as well. So guys, you yourself are the ones that are accepting these contracts, and we know what type of company we're going to start working with, right? So Payoneer obviously falls under either a corporate or enterprise. We could probably ChatGPT it in a bit. So these are all opportunities that we can see that companies have the right budget, right? Are in the right funding round, but we're also educating them as a managed marketplace. We're educating you guys as we are right now, letting you know what buckets we're seeing. But also, when a company comes to us with a low budget, we're either disqualifying them, letting them know that that's not the type of talent we're going to be able to get them matched. But as you guys as well want to give that feedback to candidates in general. I know tough times will come, but many times I've noticed that you guys will accept an offer, even though you know it's low paying and you know that you're probably going to leave it within the next 30, 60, 90 days. This is going to catch up to you guys because eventually it's going to be on your work experience. They're going to see a trend. And that's also something that people are noticing. Competition is fierce right now. So just like a Payoneer that's willing to pay 80K for a CSM, that competition is just as fierce as this one. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Definitely don't job hop.
Let me summarize, Danny. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Danny, Mr. Direct to the point. Don't job hop. The guys getting the $80,000 jobs have been working for 4 years at senior roles, and they're passive candidates. They're not job hopping.
Agreed.
There you go.
Agreed.
And Mohammed, just because you're asking questions, right? U.S. companies are hiring worldwide. There's multi-billion-dollar companies that do ERR and payroll. This is why we're having this conversation. This is why our marketplace exists. You're just going to see that if you're in Egypt or that part of the world, you're most likely going to be hired by a company like in the UK, France, Spain, because you're in the same time zone, right? So US companies are hiring a lot in LATAM and Latin America because you have the same time zone, same cultures, but they are hiring and been hiring tremendously. The data came in, I think India and Philippines are number 1 and number 2 for US hiring, right? Different time zones, different places, different markets, but they are definitely some of the biggest. I think India is number 1.
And to that, add on to that, we have had, individuals like my man Islam Abu Shadi from Egypt get hired through the marketplace. But what I would say there is, yes, based on the time zone and everything else that Amir just stated, Mohammed, you have to have a better, tech stack. You have to have more industries under your belt, more roles. So it'll be a harder task for you to land these opportunities with American-based companies based on what Amir just said, but it's not impossible, right? It just means we have to. Yeah.
Go get certified in Anthropic and Claude, and you'll get the job done. All right. What moves you up the range, guys? Same six drivers, raise pay in every role. Revenue and pipeline. Generated, closed, or influenced revenue you can't point to. Don't talk about I just make phone calls, I book deals. Put numbers to your resume.
Yes.
Put numbers to your conversations. I generated $12 million of sales. I expanded to 300 seats, which generated 24 million. Put numbers. Retention and expansion. Customers kept and accounts grown, not just managed. Don't talk like manage accounts. Talk about the number of customers that grew. Of the 30 customers I was given, 30% grew month after month. Systems and CRMs, guys, it's no longer optional. You need to know HubSpot. You need to know Salesforce. You need to understand the importance of clean data and real reporting. AI leverage, automating workflows to produce more output per hour. It's not even a question anymore, guys. It's like using a spreadsheet. Right?
And Amir, to add to that, everyone is stating that they're using some type of AI or they have experience with the CRM, but it goes further than that. You guys need to explain what type of workflows you guys are, adding, what type of sequences have you been able to, add the API. So get as technical as you can. You guys need to be specific. But yeah, it goes further than I use ChatGPT. What are you using it for on a daily basis?
I use ChatGPT to research how to get the best jobs in Latin America and what I need to do on a consistent basis to keep those jobs and grow. Like even that, right? Executive communication rights, guys. Clear English with U.S. teams, customers, and leaderships, right? Ownership and outcomes. Owning the results without needing constant follow-up. And I'll add one more thing, guys. In Colombia, 20 Mondays is holidays. You're not going to get the highest paying job by taking 20 Mondays off, right? So be prepared to work with Americans. Americans speak after working hours. They speak on the weekend, right? If you're sleeping on Saturday and Sunday and you think you can get a leadership role, think again, guys. It's not going to be easy for you. What's that next question? What is this guy asking? All right. I can't read all these questions anymore. The 10 skills rising paid the fastest. Dan, you want to take this?
Yeah. So number 1, AI workflow automation. 2, RevOps and CRM systems. Sales pipeline generation. We have customer retention. We have executive communication, demand generation, data reporting, HubSpot and Salesforce expertise, project management, and English business communication.
Diana, I don't have any Colombian holidays, only US, not all of them. Yeah, and you already have a good job and you're here and you want a better job, right? So you already have that mindset, exactly what's needed, right? Think about trying to scale and grow with the local mindset, right? Would you can answer this. Would you be here trying to make more money? Probably not. All right, guys. What's the difference between a $2,000 versus a $5,000 operator, right? $2,000 operator completes assigned tasks, waits for instructions, reports activity, uses basic tools, needs frequent follow-up, thinks locally. A $5,000 operator owns outcomes, finds problems early, reports results, uses AI and automation, creates leverage, and thinks globally. That's it, guys. That's the playbook. Take a screenshot. It sounds simple. I can't even tell you how many people have an operator mindset. Lead with results, not responsibilities, guys, right? Explain what changed because of your work, not what you were assigned, right? Weak, manage CRM data. Strong, improved CRM data quality so leadership could focus, forecast pipelines accurately. This is the language you need to speak, guys. Weak, I booked meetings versus strong, generate a pipeline from outbound campaigns. Weak, handle customers. Strong, reduce risk and improved onboarding speeds, guys. The language matters, right? Professionalism is part of your market value. US companies pay more when they trust you with more responsibility. Show up 10 minutes early. Test your camera, microphone, and turn internet first. Work from a private, quiet space, guys. No loud motorcycles in the background. No roosters. No babies crying and screaming. Use reliable, high-speed internet. Run a machine that handles AI tools, guys. If you got a Mac from 2019, awesome. It's going to crash when you start using AI tools, right? Use professional backgrounds. Respond with clarity and speed. Follow up without being reminded. I can tell you right now, we've had people getting job offers through our marketplace for $3,000 a month, which are not the highest of the highest. They're not the lowest of the lowest. I'd say they're good jobs. They're asked to do assignments, right? They don't do the assignments and they don't get the job. How many times have you seen that, Danny?
Many times, and you're not the only one given an assignment. So if someone's beating you on quality and speed, you're already out of the race.
Your setup signals trust before you speak, right? Weak signal, coffee shop background. You know, you're not Mark Zuckerberg yet. Laggy internet, poor audio, dim lighting, distracted environment. Strong signal, private workspace, clear audio, stable internet, professional camera presence, ready before the meeting starts, guys. This is like the basics that 99%. If you follow these basic tips, you're already ahead of 99%.
And Amir, to add to that, not Mark Zuckerberg, but as well, you guys haven't, let's say, gotten the job yet, right? So the first impressions are the first things ever, right? So the internet, the place, even how you're dressed, even, hey, I wear a t-shirt every once in a while.
Carlos is here flexing, man. I have 2 jobs because the second one I already automated. It is entirely with AI and working to reduce the first. Look, Carlos, what did I say? I said that most of you guys are going to turn into entrepreneurs and CEOs, right? So what are you basically saying? That you're the next one to start a company? I don't want to, next time you're on this chat, I don't want to see you say I have 2 jobs because the second one I already automated. I want you to say I just created a company and I hired 15 people in Latin America because you're the future job creator in Latin America. It doesn't have to be American companies, all right? Invest before you earn more. Most professionals wait to upgrade their tools. I don't want to say her name, but she lost her job because her computer didn't work.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she invested in some personal stuff first, right? Guys, invest before you earn more. Most professionals wait to upgrade their tools until or after having a higher per role. Top performers upgrade first. They got 2 laptops. They got a backup, right? They buy a new computer and keep the one that you would use today as their backup, right? The top performers to upgrade first because their opportunity has requirements, man. If you have one excuse, you're going to lose your job to Carlos. Carlos is looking for his 3rd job. He's going to take your 3rd job, okay? He's ready. Higher earning potential, English coaching, AI tools, private workspace, good lighting, clear microphone. Can you guys hear us? It's because we got clear microphones. Backup internet plan, fast internet, reliable laptop. That's the foundation, guys.
And guys, backup internet or reliable internet, it's also called resourcefulness, right? So this is something that you're being gauged on, right? Out of, the 10 years I've been with Amir, I'm pretty sure any situation that has arisen, I've either had to go to a coffee shop, gone to a relative's house, or tried finding out how the hell I'm going to resolve this. And again, this is a long relationship. I've seen it where candidates literally just started 2 weeks in, a week in, and they're already late to meetings based on an excuse about internet, whatever it is, the reason or excuse.
They get fired.
Those are the ones that get fired. Exactly.
They get fired. And
and another thing with the English. So everything Amir was stating about improving, I saw English coaching on there. Guys, if you're a B2, you don't understand how much more money you will make if you break onto the C1 level, right? So if you're in that B2 advanced, I highly recommend you guys keep practicing, go to these social events, but you're very close because that's also a big game changer. That B2 to C1 English level is a game changer.
Look at Enzo flexing. He still has an M2, although he's an M5 Pro now. Man, I need an M5 Pro. I'm looking to buy my M5 Pro. Then I'm going to keep this 36 gig beast. I thought it was beast, not anymore with AI. But good job, man. And I want to talk to you. Generic resumes, weak LinkedIn profiles. Go look at David Manjura. He's our chief revenue officer. This guy's profile, every time he talks to somebody, they're like, I booked a meeting with you because I learned from your content, right? I learned from what you're saying. He's literally #1 in HR in Latin America, and he's not even an HR role. He's a chief revenue officer. Don't ask me how that happened. He's got a strong LinkedIn profile. No measurable results, poor interview stories, no professional video, low confidence on pay, no specialization. That's it, guys. Wait, keep going. How companies evaluate top LATAM. English communication. Can you communicate clearly with the U.S. team and customers? Role skill. Can you perform the actual work at a higher level? Business impact. Can you connect your work, revenue, retention, speed, or savings? Remote readiness. This is huge. Can you be trusted without a constant supervisor? All right. AI readiness. Can you use modern tools to produce more output? Are you using Claude to make memes? Or using Claude to analyze your calls and self-coach? There's a big difference, guys. A moment of honesty. So what are you actually worth? Are you underpaid for your current skill level? Are you positioned wrong for the market? Are you missing proven results? Are your tools and setup hurting credibility? Which skills would raise your pay the fastest? So guys, what we do for everybody who's on this call, anybody who comes to our marketplace, every attendee, me and Danny do this ourselves. We do the cloud test remote candidate assessment. We use the data from 10,500 hires. We use Claude to build a brain. It's called the Role Intelligence Engine. It's going to allow us to evaluate you and tell you whether or not you're being paid below your average, at your average, or higher. It'll tell you what you can earn in 2 years and 5 years, right? So we can benchmark your market readiness and see what you may be blocking you from higher paying opportunities. So I'm going to show you guys a sample. Anybody who wants to actually have this assessment takes about 15 minutes. And it's going to give you a clear view of your market value. Of course, we got jobs, right? But before we ever talk about that, we want to actually know what your worth is. The cool part about our marketplace is you earn 100% of your salary. The higher, the better. We charge a marketplace fee to customers. So we're here to actually just get you a better job and have you earn more money. I'm going to send this link, guys, where you can click this. You could also scan that. I don't know if that barcode works because I created this deck with AI 5 minutes before the meeting. So maybe that scanner works. Can you scan that thing? See if it works, man? I don't even know.
I'll check it
Test
out.
it.
I'm going to check it.
Edwin, it's like a no-brainer because you want to be on that interview being like, hey, I've been using AI so much that my M4 was breaking. I had to get an M5 with 36 gigs RAM, and the person you're interviewing is like, oh my God, this guy has a better computer than me. So it is really important. It's also part of the talk track, right? Any QA, any questions, guys? What I want to do right now is ask some questions, and then I'm going to show you an example of the assessment. Got questions, comments, concerns? I'll give it 2 seconds. I'm going to find an assessment.
You can go back to the QR code. Andres Correa is asking for it.
It works?
Yeah, it works.
Jeez, it works.
There we go.
I'm going to find an assessment.
And again, guys, the assessment, mock interview. You're going to be able to get a different perspective, some advice, and get those nerves and jitters out of the way, and be even more prepared, right? I've seen people with 5-10 years and still get to the interview late, which again, that would be a worst first impression, right? Immediately they're thinking, if I hire this individual as a customer onboarding specialist, I could just imagine they're going to make my customer wait, right? So You don't know the importance of getting there early and also not,
I'm gonna do
not trying to reschedule before 5 minutes, 10 minutes before an interview, right? Horrible.
And guys, this is kind of what the career roadmap looks like. I'm gonna show you guys real quickly before we hang up. I wish you all a wonderful day. So I'm gonna add it really quickly. Slides, PDFs. Where's Kelvin? So Kelvin actually works with us. He's our customer experience manager, but first he was on the marketplace, and then we hired him. You want to come say hi, Kelvin?
He's on a call, I think.
Kelvin's on call. Yeah. All right, guys. So this is the output of that meeting, right? So when you come actually meet with us, I'm going to remove this guy right here. Yeah, say hi to the camera. This is Kelvin right here. So Kelvin came. Kelvin is an American who lives in Colombia. But this is the roadmap. Sometimes it looks this pretty, sometimes it doesn't, right? But we analyze you guys on a 7 rubric assessment: role fit, SaaS readiness, AI readiness, communication, tool fluency. This is the data that we use in our back end to actually match you to the right jobs. This is how we position people: growth operations manager, SaaS project manager, and GTM executive. So we actually extract what you're really good at. And you can see here, headline: full stack growth operator, scale the SaaS from 600K to 10K MRR, $600 to 10K MRR in 3 months. You can see how we use numbers, right? We're actually doing what we're saying we do. We built this into the engine, right? And then we do a 60-second video script to help you guys market. And then we talk about earning path, right? 3,000 a month, 3,000 to 500 at graduation, and then 3 years, 3 to 5, 4,500 to 6K, right? Track record. So we're trying to show people what you're going to earn today and what you're going to learn tomorrow, right? And this is the skills to build in the next 90 days, tools to master over the next years, your 3-year trajectory, right? Year 1, growth operation specialist. Year 2, growth operation manager. Year 3, director of growth or founder, right? This is my guy in the chat, right? Or founder, right? So your 90-day, 6-month, and 12-month checkpoints. This is kind of what you get after you do that assessment with us. And that's it. See how I said here that he should come at headquarters to record? Kelvin came to HT headquarters. He reported, but we ended up hiring directly. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. We'll figure it out in a couple months. What do you think, Danny? So anyways, everybody, 30 people still on this call. That's great. Lawrence, you're about to ask a question. We know Lawrence. Lawrence actually is somebody who's definitely gotten high-paying jobs in Jamaica. I'm gonna say that right now. Talked about the question. I've been looking for a roadmap to move through the sales sector. Lawrence, I'll tell you right now, man, just book a meeting with us. We'd love to help you. I know that you're holding right now a time job through our marketplace, which is awesome. You've mentioned before that you want to learn a skill bridge, right? So book a meeting. I'm available, and I'll give you a career path. But you're going to give me a Glassdoor review at the same time in exchange. Who's got another question?
And guys, this is Lawrence, right? Don't wait until you've gotten to a situation where you need to leave a job. If you're currently doing some, let's say, outbound prospecting and you're looking for now an account executive role, maybe getting into customer success, reach out to us, right? Be proactive. That way we can also help you sprucing up your profile, get you ready, mindset wise, and also start looking and matching, right? So always be proactive.
Construction area as a project manager, assistant project manager. I have good English, but not limited to the construction field. Can I apply to coordinate fields with yeah, of course, just meet with us. We gave you that.
So Daniela, real quick, Amir, good English. Would you be able to classify either B1 or B2?
I don't think we should
just so I have just so I have that idea. But yeah, continue. I just wanted to know, good English is one thing, but feedback in general, let's be specific, guys. If we're able to bucket ourselves globally, what everyone knows what English levels there are, that'd be great.
In terms of preparation, what's the average timeline to scale from 1K to 5? 3 to 5 years, maybe faster. It's a tricky question, right? Because it really depends on the company and the place and the time, right? Like if you're an SDR, and then the company grows fast and become an SDR manager, you could probably do that in 12 months. If you're a GTM RevOps certified clay, you could probably get that in right away. So it really depends on your starting experience. If you're starting from entry level, it's 3 to 5 years. If you already have 3 to 5 years of skills, it could be right away. But come meet with us, man. We'll give you the assessment. Enzo, always aim for the long. He's giving advice here. Okay, always aim for the log in the meeting and see the. I don't know what that means.
But that was up top. People will scroll down. Scroll down. That was all the way at the bottom.
Maybe we got a mistake here.
All the way to the bottom.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Lawrence. We look forward to coming out to Jamaica for an event. Do you guys take people with no experience? Yeah, of course we do. I'm like, look, it's not that we're a marketplace, right? So there are people in our marketplace looking to hire people with 15 years experience that are experts that are earning top dollar. And there's people that are looking to hire startups, right? Entry level. So it just all starts off with an assessment, right? If you go to cloudtest.com, you could hit play and you could see the videos of top rated talent. You could see some of the salary ranges, right? But the answer is yes.
And Enzo, yes, get the brother in here, because again, this is where they'll earn the experience. Have had a bunch of candidates that never had a formal customer success sales experience with an American company. They have great English. The company was willing to pay, let's say, $1,000 to $1,500 to $1,200. Those are the opportunities that someone like your brother should take.
Basically. Mohammed, you just have to move to Latin America or put that on your profile. We can help you. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? We're going to be doing this, guys, every week. We're going to just be adding free courses, training, and just until we build our courses, which are going to be for free, we're going to be sharing other people's courses. And to the people who showed up, turned out, and to Danny Agudelo, who just loves talking, you're awesome. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you, guys.
Until next week, we'll see you later.